So my brother-in-law left with my nephew a few minutes ago, and while they were gone, I was like, I'm gonna take this opportunity to film while it's quiet. And then as soon as I got like the camera set up and everything, Roman started crying. Hello! So I have some stories, and they involve bleach and poor choices. So a lot of you guys have been commenting on my hair like, I liked you better when you were blonde. And frankly, I did too. I dyed it because I fried it. So let me explain. So staying blonde is not easy. For all you beauty gurus out there who know, it takes a lot of work to like keep it healthy, which I didn't know anything about beauty. So it just kind of fried. It's like straw. I felt like my head had a thatched roof. And like with all the damage, it used to be a lot longer. It used to be like down to my butt. So before I started bleaching my hair, I looked Pentecostal, but I really wanted to be blonde because I think blonde hair is really pretty. So for a while I was going to a salon to get my hair bleached and stay blonde, but it got to the point where I was just like, you know what? I can do this myself. She makes it look easy, so it'll be easy. So easy meant pinning up all of your hair, buying and mixing the products yourself, and try not to get bleach on the rest of your hair because it's already blonde, and getting more bleach on it will fry it. And if you fry it, you might as well cut it off, but we know how that went. I just didn't know how to take care of my hair, to be honest. Like, I grew up thinking that like, if you were like feminine and knew beauty stuff, it meant you were stupid. And I was like deep in my heart trying to convince myself that I was a minimalist and not high maintenance. So I was like, yeah, I get my hair bleached, but I also like don't do anything with it otherwise, because I am not high maintenance at all. So I didn't like condition it, I didn't do masks on it. I also tended to rake through my hair when I was bleaching it to like get all the dark spots, even though I like never did. So in August of this year, I tried to touch up my roots one last time. I was just like, I don't need no stylist. I don't need anybody. And it looked like this. So I bleached it, I didn't get all the dark spots out, so I bleached it again, and wouldn't you know it, I fried it. It's just like crisp, like my hair was just made out of French fries. So like it felt disgusting and it didn't even look nice. I was like, beauty is pain. So if it feels bad but it looks good, then I'm good. So I got my hair dyed back to its natural color while I give it a break. I do plan to go blonde again eventually. I just didn't think it was worth mentioning in a video because it's just hair. But I do plan to go back to blonde once it's like healthy again. And while I was looking at pictures of the color of blonde that I want this to look like, I was thinking, wow, my hair has looked so different through different phases of my life. And I thought it would be fun to talk about what my hair used to look like throughout my whole life. Mistakes were made. So here are all the different ways that I used to do my hair and why. So I was born with a full head of hair as a baby, but it grew faster in the front than in the back. So this hairstyle was my mom's idea of like just taking my really long bangs and just pulling them up in a fountain sprout. So cute. 2-year-old me headbanging it all the way around. And then as I got older, my hair still grew faster in the front. I started to wear headbands, little rags from Walmart. This was also at the time of my life when I played baseball, and I would be constantly readjusting the headband, like taking it off and putting it back on to like get all of the baby hairs pulled back, which didn't make me very helpful in the outfield. During my headband phase was also around the time I got my first haircut. My mom would always bring me and my sisters to a hairdresser so that we could get our hair trimmed, but we never got it cut. And then one day I was just sitting in my room and I look over and I see a pair of scissors and I'm like, I'm bored. So yeah, that was like the only time I think I ever got my hair cut, was to like even it out, because my mom never let me or my sisters get our hair cut. Which brings us to this hippie hairstyle, because I also didn't realize, 1, that you could get your hair styled, and 2, that your part didn't have to go down the middle. It just didn't occur to me that hair could like lay that way. So I never got my hair cut, and I always parted it down the middle like a butt crack. And I had these scraggly ratty ends from never cutting it, and I just looked like the biggest hippie you'd find on the streets at 12. It would have been pretty if we like got the ends trimmed because it was so long and healthy. And I thought that it would be so pretty if we could be pretty little princesses and have like flowers and leaves braided in our hair. And at the time, we had a fake Christmas tree and it had branches that were made like individual branches you'd stick on the tree, and each branch was made out of like a billion pipe cleaners. And I was like, you know what would be fun? No, what? Why don't we take this plastic tree branch and braid it in your hair? Okay. Hold still. Sorry. So my sister wound up donating her hair when she got older. I guess with incidents like that happening a lot and like getting your hair stuck in car doors and just being a hot mess, both of my sisters decided to donate their hair to Locks of Love when they turned 18 and mom didn't have a say anymore. And when I turned 18, it was like, you know, it is so good of you to donate your hair like that. Are you gonna donate your hair too? No, it's my hair. They can't have it. So when I was 16, both of my sisters had cut their hair and donated it, and they had short hair for a while, but I still had really long and ratty hair. And this was also at the time in my life when I was into vampires and werewolves, like that was a phase. And it was at the time of my life when I had this hairstyle. And so when I had like all the same length hair down to my butt, I wanted out my face, so I took a hair clip and just prim and proper pinned it in the back. Now going back to how like this was a phase in my life when I was into vampires and werewolves, this was at the time in my life when I would sharpen my nails to points like an animal because I hated people. So like I had this like pin back hairstyle that was all prim proper. Let's go be princesses together. And then my nails said, let's go eat some villagers. And now for my biggest leap in hairstyling knowledge. I decided I was going to have side swept bangs because it finally occurred to me that I could switch my butt crack part. But my hair knowledge still being limited, I did not know the word for bangs or fringe. I also hadn't thought to like change my part over to the side before like going over to the hairstylist. So I showed up at the hairstylist with my middle part, and I brought this picture of a lady who had the kind of hairstyle I wanted. More so like I just wanted her bangs. Except that when I showed the picture to my hairdresser, she was like, well, it's not going to look like that. She literally went, it's not gonna look like that, and threw it away. And she took this front piece here, not changing my part or anything. She just took like the front long piece of hair and went, shoot, all done. I grew up in a small town and there weren't a lot of hairdressers, so this was the only one that I knew. And I also went up a level in hairstyling. I realized that like you could get layers. And so I went to this lady to get layers done, and she like put way too many in. And when you do that, like all of the layers will like flare out and look really ratty. So I had like this really long ratty hair that I would like sometimes try to wear over my chest, and I still had the pointed nails, I had claws, I just looked like a beast. Which brings us to right before I went to college. Realizing that there were communication issues with my hairstylist, I decided to just cut my hair myself, literally the day before I went to college. It looks so horrible. Like I don't even have pictures because like it was so bad. I just looked in the mirror and I was like, what have I done? So I went back to this one hairstylist that I knew, and she fixed the tragedy by giving me I think it's called a hime cut. That cut that all anime princesses have and Lady Gaga and brooms. Just cut across bangs. And I'm quarter Filipino, in case you didn't know. So when I had the anime bangs, I looked so Asian, which was fun for a while. There were some Japanese girls at my college, and one day when I still had the anime cut, they walked up to me and one of them was like, oh, hi. So again, to try something different and to do things myself, because I don't need nobody, I tried cutting my hair again, because the first time it went so well. And like, I cut my bangs up to here. Tell me I'm pretty. And in an effort to fix it, I asked a friend to, and she cut them up to here. Whew. Whew. So to fix it, I would just slick my hair back with mousse like Hannibal Lecter. So yeah, I would just have like slicked back hair, and this was also the time in my life when I started to wear leather jackets all the time. God, I looked like a psychopath. So I left my hair alone for a year, and then I decided to go blonde. Oh, sweet homogeny. But the in-between from going from dark brown to blonde, I looked like a skunk. I'm a Dane icon. Where's my award? And then when all my hair was finally blonde, it looked so pretty. And people started to call me Barbie, which I didn't mind, but I was like confused by. I guess it also had to do with the fact that like I wore pink and white eyeshadow every day. Those were like the dark ages of my makeup phase. And like with the pink and white eyeshadow, I would also wear like really thick winged liner. So I had these huge, thickly blackened lined eyes that just said, I wear clear heels to work. And while my hair was very pretty for a while, then came the downward spiral. When I started to diet myself, it got like so fried. The first day that I tried to diet myself was the day before the first football game of the season when I was on my college cheer team. Another story. So I dieted and it looked so... And so I thought the day before our football game, I want to look nice. But I can't just go to the salon now. It's the night before. It's like midnight. And my logic was, since my hair is so dark that apparently it needs so much bleach to bust through, I'm going to buy platinum blonde bleach. And that will make it a normal color of blonde. Surely. And afterwards, I was looking in the mirror just like, well, I guess this is just the way it's gonna be. So the next day at the football game, we're all just standing there in our little cheer uniforms, and the cheer captain walks up to me and she's just like, Beth, did you dye your hair yourself? Yeah. And she just walks the freak away. So this cycle of pain continued for about a year until finally I got my hair dyed to this color, and now here we are. And it's pretty healthy now. Probably in like a month I can start going blonde again. I hope you're satisfied. I think this time I'm gonna go caramel blonde instead of like platinum. So yeah, those are all the different ways that I used to wear my hair. I'm sorry you had to see that. Also, thank you guys so much for sticking with me when I do not upload regularly or reply to messages very fast. Just thank you guys so much for always supporting me and cheering me on. It really means a lot. And I wanted to show you guys that it actually means something to me by featuring fans and giving you guys shout outs. So this week I am going to showcase this ghost pepper. So hi Christy. She is also a young person who got dental implants like me. She actually got her surgery before me, and I hope you're recovering very well from that. She always sends me really sweet messages on Instagram and sends me funny videos. And she also sent me this really sweet letter in my fan mail box. Thank you so much for this letter, Christy, and thank you for understanding how I'm always really slow to respond on Instagram. I hope to do more fan shoutouts in my next coming videos. Like I said, I'm going to do more stories coming up, and I'm probably going to do a series on my life goals list, like an individual video of all of my hopes and dreams, like my plot for world domination. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you. Much love. Well, just bent this all out of shape. I guess I'm not going to have flowers in my little vase now.